Assalamu alaikum, distinguished students. Mr. Ed is back again with another lesson which is called Prepositions of Time. We previously discussed and talked about and explained conjunctions when it comes to Unit 1, Sunrise 12. If you have any problem in conjunctions, check out those tips and tricks that are used to understand easily and effectively and also to master it. And we will be covering and explaining preposition of time today, which is one of the subjects that comes out every year in a national exam question or in national exams. Okay, prepositions of time. Prepositions of time are tiny words, okay, tiny words are used in different ways in different places in a sentence. So, or different times, let's say. How preposition of times are used. So, when it comes to Sunrise 12, we have some prepositions of time. Let's talk about them together. So, the first one is at. Okay, the first one is at. Let's talk about it. So, at is used with times at. The word at, preposition at, is used with times, meals of the day, times of the day, and holidays. So preposition at is used with time, any time, or also meals, okay, and also times of the day, and also holidays. So let's start with the meals. So meals of the day, for example, at breakfast, at lunch, at dinner. Okay, for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner, we use at. So, for example, we can say, I usually read newspaper at breakfast. Okay, and then for time, we use at as well. So, for example, at 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So, in this case, we use at. Even without a clock, we can say at 10. Okay, in this case, would be correct as well. So we can use at. We can also use at with times of the day. So if you start from morning, times of the day, points of the day, from morning until twilight or until midnight. So from morning at 6 or 5 a.m., it's at dawn. Okay, we say at dawn during Fajr prayer. At dawn, then the sun rises, we say at sunrise. Then at noon, then at midday, which is the middle of the day, and then at sunset when the sun sets and it gets dark, and then at night, and then at midnight, and also at twilight, okay? Twilight. All right, so we can also use at with holidays. So for example, we can say at the weekend, at Christmas, at Easter, and you know, weekend, like Friday, Saturdays, right? It's a weekend. So in this case, it's a holiday. We say at the weekend. In the US, they say on the weekend. In the UK, is at the weekend. So both of them are correct. Okay, at Christmas or at Easter, these are holidays. Okay, irregular ones. We have some irregular ones. For example, at the age of 30 or at the age of 19. At the age of 20, so in this case we use at. We can say at the end of the year, at the end of a week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. Okay? At the end. So at the end of, we can use it with something else. At the end of the lesson, at the end of the game, at the end of the match. Or at bedtime. So when we have the word time, in this case, we use at as well. So for example, we can say at lunchtime, okay? At lunchtime. So when the word time is there, we use at. So in this case, at the same time. At the same time. So even at the moment is also correct. At the moment, okay? At the moment. So at is used this way. All right, the second preposition is on. How do we use on? So on is used differently. On is used for specific days. So for example, specific and special day. So for example, birthday, it's specific and it's also special. It's one day. So in this case, we say on my birthday. Wedding day, on my wedding day. Anniversary, on my anniversary. Or any kind of special days, on Mother's Day, Father's Day. So it depends on how special the day is. Okay, so we can use on with days. We can use on with dates. We can use on with the word day, which is the key here. So when we have the word day, we use on. The word day. Days of the week. Friday, Sunday, Saturday. So when we have the word day, in this case, we use on. Day, Friday, day, Sunday, Monday. In this case, we use days of the week. Thursday. Okay. We can also use it with parts of the day. For example, Monday morning. Okay, Monday morning. Parts of the day of the week. So in this case, Monday morning, Sunday afternoon. So whenever you see the word day, in this case, you choose on there, okay? We can also use with dates, but not months, okay? When they are together, date and month, okay? I mean, day and month together, in this case, we use on, okay? Day and month. So for example, we say on January 22nd, or on January the 2nd, on June the 30th, on 21st of March, okay? So in this case, we use on. Why? Because it's one day and it's a date, but not with month. We're talking about date. That means day and month. Very good. We said we can use on with special days. On my birthday, on Mother's Day, on Workers' Day. Whenever we have a special day, we can say that as well. So for example, Christmas, we said at Christmas, if you remember, right? But when you add a day, we say on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. So when we add day. On Easter Day, we add day, becomes on, okay? Very good. The third preposition here is in. How do we use in here? In is used with In is used with the following, okay? In is used with the following. Okay, so for example, here, in is used with months of the year, okay? With months of the year. So for example, every month in January, in December, we use it like this. Months of the year. In January, in December, in February, okay? So months of the year, just months, not month and the day. Month and the day, both of them together is a date, so in this case we use on. But just month, we use in. With years, we use in with years. So for example, in 2023, okay? In 1967, in 2000. We can also use with seasons of the year. In winter, summer, spring, autumn, or fall, which means autumn in the US. Okay? You can say in the winter, we can say in winter, so it's optional. We can use both. Number 4, we can also use with centuries. So for example, in the 21st century, in the 19th century, we can use with parts of the day. So for example, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. We can also use in with long periods. In the present, in the past, in the future, in a few minutes, in 10 years' time, or in 2 weeks. So we can use in like that. Okay. What about from? How from and to is used? So from and to is used to talk about two different times or events. So when we have two different times, we use from and to. From 9 to 7. From 9 to 7. from Sunday to Thursday, from Thursday to Friday, from Friday to Monday. So in this case, we can use it. So for example, I usually study from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I go to work from Sunday to Thursday. So in this case, from is used for 2 times, at is used for 1 time. So if it was 1 time, we use at. Since it's 2 times, we use from. Okay? What about number 5? Until. Till or from. Until, till, or from. In this case, we use what? Okay? Okay, until, till, from indicates a specific or unspecific time or event to one point. So for example, I usually do my homework from noon to sunset or until sunset. Okay, in this case, we have another event. We can use until in this case, okay? For example, please watch the video until the end of watch the video until the end. So until the end, okay? All right, so we can also say they will not return until Friday. So Friday is an event, not time. With time, we can use from and to, but for an event, we can use until or till. Till and until are the same, okay? We can use it this way, okay? I watched the film until the end. We can use like that, until the end. I watched the film from the beginning until the end. Very good. What about number 6? We have during. During indicates a period of time throughout the course or duration of any event or an action. A period of time. So for example, during the lesson means in the middle of the lesson, or while the lesson is being taught or being explained, or during breakfast, while the breakfast is being ready, or while the breakfast is being prepared, or is being eaten by the family. So in this case, we use during. So for example, I never have tea during work. I never have coffee during work. So during work, when the work is being done or being started, okay, in this case, we say during work. Okay, what about the other one? Here we have another. Number 7, okay, number 7 we have before or after here indicates prior event before, period of time from a point. So for example, I want to leave before lunch, before dinner, before class, before getting up, before like that, before or after. Between and at is used to talk about 2 different times or events. It's the same as we talked about from and to, so we will have classes between 4 and 5, okay? Between 4 and 5. We can use it like that. What about by? So by is used like this. By means within the extended period of time, or period means during something. So for example, he will return by 6 p.m. He will return by 6 p.m. means he will return until 6 p.m. Okay? We can say like that. Or for example, I'll see you by then, or I'll see you by Monday, means on Monday, like that. We have another expression which we called at the end or in the end. Which one is used and how do we use them? And it's very important. At the end is commonly used as a prepositional phrase that refers to specific time or location. And at the end is often, look at here, this is the key. At the end is often followed by what? The word of. Okay? It's followed by of, at the end of the lesson, at the end of the year, at the end of the week. And come at the beginning of the sentence. A comes, so we have 2 rules here. It's followed by of, and it comes at the beginning of the sentence. So for example, at the end of the show, we got up and left. Okay, at the end of the show, as you can see, it's at the beginning of the sentence, It's also we have the word of here. That's why we use at the end. Okay, what about in the end? How do we use in the end? So in the end is a phrase that is synonymous to in conclusion or ultimately. For example, it's often followed by a subject. So with in the end, we need subject. I, we, you, they. Okay, we need those, and often come in the middle of the sentence. In the end often comes in the middle of the sentence. So for example, they tried the best, and in the end, they made a big difference in the end. Okay? All right. Now let's put it into practice and let's do some exercises regarding national exam questions. Let's practice together and let's see if you have understood. The first one, this is 2023 question regarding preposition of time. So which one do you think is correct? Let's see. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, when it comes to these kind of questions, make sure to do something like that. So for example, we have this one, this one, this one. Before checking the options, try to check what do we use for those. So for example, this one is what? It's a date. What do we use it on, right? You're sure 100% is on is used, right? So I'll be watching my shows on April 12th. So in this case, which one is on? This one is on. This one is on. This one is wrong. This one is wrong, right? So these two are wrong. Okay. So when we have two time in this case, we can say from lunch to dinner. From lunch to dinner. On April 12th, from lunch to dinner. Okay, let's see if we have from, to, or from, until. So this is from until, this is from to. Okay, but this one is wrong. So which one is the right answer? This one is also wrong. The right answer is this one. Why? Because I'll be watching my shows on April 12th from lunch to dinner. From lunch to dinner. Okay, like that. Number two, which one do you think is the correct answer? My phone was supposed to leave, my plane was supposed to leave 7 p.m. but it didn't take off. Okay, since we have negative here, okay, look at here. What do we have here? Time. What do we use it with time? At, right? Very good. So which one is at? This one is at, this one is at, this one is at, right? Okay, so we have three at. So this one is wrong. At until, at on. Do we use on with time? No, that's wrong. Do you use in with time? No. So at until. My plane was supposed to leave at 7, but it didn't take off until 8:30. Okay, let's come to another question. Okay, this one is 2021 question. 2021 question. Because Azad was very busy, he had to wait to go out with Stella. He had to wait. So which one do you think is correct? He had to wait in? No. Wait until. Why? Because it's an event. We said we use until with an event. Until to go out with Stella. Very good. What about this one? This question is from 2020 first term. How can we do this? How can we do this? Yes. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Okay, which one do you think is the correct answer? We were happy about how we finished everything the day. Okay? Which one is at the end? Which one is in the end? Let me remind you the rule. We said we use at the end. At the end is often followed by the word of. At the end of. and we said we mostly used at the beginning of the sentence. What about in the end? In the end is often followed by a subject, and it's mostly used in the middle of the sentence. So for example, let's take a look. If we have the word of, do we have of? Yes, we have of here. Okay, we have the word of here. Do we have any other? No. Okay, let's see. Where's subject? Subject is this one, right? So since this one is subject, that means this one is in the end, right? And this one must be at the end. In the end, at the end, but where's of? We don't have of, that's wrong. In the end, in an end, that's also wrong. At the end, in the end, no, we said in the end, so that's also wrong. This one is the correct answer. Why? Because we said with in the end, with the word in the end, we need a subject. In the end, we were happy about how we finished everything at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, with at the end, we need of. Very good. What about number 20? What about this one? Number 5, question 2020. This one is from national exam, second term exam. My cousin arrived from Germany Tuesday. They will be here at the end of the next week. Okay, so we have Tuesday here. Which one do we use for Tuesday? We said when we have the word day, we use on, right? Very good. Which one is on? This one. Do we have any other on? No. So on Tuesday, and they will be here until the end of the next week. Okay? So which one is correct? Is C. C is the correct answer. What about number 6? It's a thrilling movie, so we have to be in the cinema in the evening Monday. Okay, this one is time, this one is time, part of the day, and this one is day. So with time we use at, right? With part of the day we use in the evening, right? Very good. What about when we have the word day? We said when we have the word day, what do we use? Well done. We said we use on. Let's see. Do we have at, in, on? At, in, on? Yes, at, in, on. Very good. Why this one is wrong, in? Can we use in with time? No. That means this one is completely wrong. We use it with time. We use on with on the evening? No, that's also wrong. We use it with time. We use on the evening? No. We use in Monday? No. So that means this one is also wrong. The correct answer will be C. Okay. Another question, number 7. You do it. Number 7, what do you think? Question 7, what do you think? We will have our deadline this week, Tuesday the 1st, but the start will be in the morning. Okay. We have 3 gaps. We have 3 blanks. This one, another. This one, days of the week. Since we have the word day, we use on, right? Well done. This one is 11. So what do we use? At 11. This one is part of the day. What do we use? Well done. In. So do we have on, at, in? On, at, in. That's right. We use on, at, in. Here. Very good. What about number 8? My son tried hard and he left the race and went back. So we have 1 gap here. Is it at the end, in the end, during, by? We said at the end we need the word of. Do we have of here after the blank? No. So that means this one is wrong. Okay, we said during we need what? We need event. Where's event? Subject. There's not event. This one is also needs an event. For example, by Monday, by Thursday, by 7 o'clock. So this one is wrong. Why this one is correct? Why do you think this one is correct? If you remember, we said we have 2 tips for in the end. We said in the end is used in the middle of the sentence, is often used in the middle of the sentence, it's also followed by a subject. So look at here, we have a subject. Okay, we use it like this. There's another question in 2017, second term. Which one do you think is correct here? I will meet him. So this one is time. This one you use day. Look, day. We said the key here is the word day. Since we have day, what do we use? We said when we have the word day, we use on, right? We use on. So in this case, very good. Since we have on, let's see. Which one is on at the... So we have two options, right? We said, which one is on? This one is on. This one is on. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. Okay. From 9:30 to, we need from and to. This is not from and to. So it must be. With time, we use at. And this one, we use on. So the right answer is D. Okay. Well done. Let's do some other exercises. Okay. Number 10, we have another exercise, 2015. Okay, 2015. According to my schedule, we have a rest. 9:30, 10, Sunday. So look, we have two time. We said when we have two time, what do we use? Yes, well done. We said when we have two time, we use from and to, right? So which one is from and to? From and to. This one is from and to, right? From. This one is from and to. Okay. This one is to and from. Wrong. This one is wrong. This one is from and to as well. Okay, let's see. The other gap is Sunday. So Sunday in this case, what do we say? Okay, so we said which one is right? We said this one is from and to, this one is from and to. This one is from and this one is from. This one is on, this one is in. Sunday, day, we said with the word day, what do we use? Very good. We said with the word day we use on. So in this case, which one is the correct answer? Not in, on. So B is the correct answer. So it will be like this. According to my schedule, we have a rest from 9:30 to 10 on Sunday. Okay, what about number 11? Can you do it? What do you think? Which one do you think is correct? We have two blanks here. Well done, perfect. Since we have the word day, that means we use on. Since we have time, we use at. So in this case, we use at and on. At and on. Very good. In and at, wrong. Why in is wrong? We don't use in with time. Why in is wrong? We don't use. Why on is wrong? On is right here, but in we don't use it with time. From, we use it with time, but when we have two time together, so that means the rest are wrong and the first one is correct. What about number 12? The end of the day, we will be able to finish the report. Is it at the end, in the end, on the end, and none of these? Which one do you think is correct? I think it's very obvious. Why it's obvious? Because we have the word of. The rule for in the end, we said we need subject. Okay? We said mostly are in the middle, right? Is this one in the middle? No, it's at the beginning. The rule for this one is at the beginning. Okay, at the beginning, at first. At the beginning. And also the rule was at the end of. So we said the word of is used here. And this one is used at first. Right? We said it was used at first or at the beginning. Okay? So that's why at the end of will be the correct answer. All right, distinguished students, we have come to the end of the lesson and we have covered preposition of time today. We have covered all of them thoroughly. Hopefully you will get benefit of the lesson and hopefully you will find it easy to understand and also to master this piece of grammar. So we talked about in, on, at. We said we use at with time, times of the day, okay, with meals of the day, with also with holidays. We said we use on with days and specific days, and we said we use in with big things like in the year, month, okay? We use it, those like that. We use it from, we said from and to, or from and until, we use when we have two different times. So we talked about everything thoroughly. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you very much for paying attention and having me here today. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.